middle, but that shot is sent the other way. Now Kentucky chance to push. Oweh all alone!
Number 22 at 7 feet. He is a play starter, even in transition. A really nice, aggressive push to the ball. Has been 10 out of 10 in my eyes. At length again, and just continues to bother. It's in his second layup. The one question mark about Butler in that portal was he has missed a lot of rim shots in his career. Not this guy. Otega Oweh is just a bull with the ball. Built to be a deep. Gets out in front of the play. And then there's Otega Oweh, just a good job of shooting the gap. Kind of a bull and a claw.
I know they've been practicing throughout the course of the summer, but first real game together. A couple of exhibitions, and the reverse goes for Otega Oweh.
Good job by Oweh to gather his speed and slow for. He knows the assignment is to hang national championship banners, and he's not backing away from it at all, or shooting.
Oweh from the corner. It's his first. For lack of planning, gets lost in the shuffle of everything else. Opening night should be a huge celebration. Corner three for Oweh.
It has been here in Lexington. This is exactly what Mark Pope promised at that opening press conference. The guard position, the big wings in Robinson and Brady that can shoot it, the depth inside with Amari Williams and Brandon Garrison. There's a lot of good things.
Garrison. He and Oweh were rivals last year in Bedlam, Oklahoma State and Oklahoma, and Cowboy to a Sooner assist.
Yeah, they put their bad feelings behind him.
Reach in and knocked away. Oweh started it. Butler cleans it up, and now Carr shares it. Away we go. Got 21.
Kentucky's been very type of a switch opportunity. Look at the attack of the ball right there by Butler. Again, one of the top 3 or 4 defensive point guards in the country is number 1.
Offensive rebounds. Coach Pope in the midweek press conference said he wants 14 as Oweh steals it away, and there he goes with the lay-in.
What he does. Lamont Butler and Otega Oweh.
For too strong.
Yeah, that's a tough contest. It's a tough basket to make over a 7-footer.
Oweh wants to go to the rack. Left-handed shot off the glass, and it rolls in.
So strong. To be able to take the bump in the air.
Able to finish. That is not an easy guy to shoot over.
Not at all. Moda gets in the double digits himself. He's done a great job of being physical and matching Kentucky's physicality. But Oweh does his thing.
And a good finish at the rack by Ajayi.
They were actually able to set the screen there, and Kentucky's right back down the court. Can't even explain because Oweh with the lay-in with 26 seconds to go on the shot clock.
Point guard right now, if you're wondering about Jeremy Roach, he is now with the Baylor Bears. Oweh knocks.
Gillis could have had that.
Williams one-on-one with Malawach. And it won't go, but the follow goes for Oweh. Inbounded to Robinson. Look at the rebound by Williams.
Great kick out.
Oweh from the wing for 3.
Boy, that is the best time to shoot a 3 after an offensive rebound. A dangerous pass, that bounce pass. Cooper Flagg almost picked it off.
Carr inside. Kentucky leads.
Open under the basket. See this back cut instead of Knipple staying with him. He thought Proctor was going to take him on.
Missed it. Oweh keeps it alive, and he's got it. And he dribbles out the clock. But wait, was he fouled with half a second to go?
Andrew Carr trailing. Lipscomb gets back on D, though. Otega Oweh is Kentucky driving with Oweh off the glass and in.
Able to take someone off the dribble.
Just eclipsed the 1,000 point mark for his career as Oweh lines up a 3 and knocks it down. Amari Williams back into the game. Here he is with the ball. Otega Oweh fed on a great one from Carr, and Oweh finishes.
That's one of Kentucky's.
Great start for Kentucky, though. They have stretched the lead to 21 as that one blocked by Oweh. Out of bounds off the hand of Pruitt. Oweh with the rebound here. He wants to go down the lane. He's cut off by Pruitt. Gets there anyway. Off the glass and in.
Nice move. Every 50-50 ball, coming up with all the loose balls.
Otega Oweh drives baseline. Whoa, a slam from Oweh.
Oweh has a great first step. Lamont Butler's got a great first step.
Butler wants to get down that lane, fights into a double team. Out to Oweh, ball fake, gets to the elbow, pull-up jumper, bounces in.
Of all the players on this Kentucky team that we could, offensively and defensively.
What's pretty remarkable is Oweh has a steal, and there he goes, cleared for takeoff.
And Kentucky right now struggling not only with McMillan, but just with those high screen and rolls.
Backdoor to Oweh, finishes off the glass.
Seems to be having their way on offense, but on defense.
3 of 3 shooting as Oweh comes up with a steal. Oweh all by himself. Again. It's like he knows you're sitting over here. Done well both in and out of the arc as Carr. Out to Oweh. Oweh splits 2 defenders with the left hand, finishes.
I mean, that's just strength and
eventually ran down by Andrew Carr. Carr thought about that transition 3. Oweh will take it and hit it.
Again, it's back to that idea of you got 0.5 seconds to make a decision if you're Kentucky, and that's what they're doing.
Oh, what a save by Otega Oweh on the steal to Butler. Left-handed finish. What a save by Oweh here.
And then come back and just be involved as well. Love the way Lamont just got those hops.
Williams skip pass to Butler. Extra one finds Oweh. Ball fake, gets in the lane. Oweh, get out of his way.
I was expecting a nice
timeout. Kentucky in control, and they're finishing at the rim here tonight. 64-35 behind 50. The rebound.
Well, just think about how important those road games, this road game is. I mean, they are in a hostile environment. They're playing a great Kentucky team.
What a find by Garrison as Oweh. Another dunk.
Jackson.
A wicked bounce pass to find Oweh streaking to the basket.
And it's not just a pass by Garrison, it's moving without the ball by Oweh.
Butler. Oweh.
And all started when Butler's leading score. See right there, good attack, gets in the lane. Good things happen when you get in that blue paint. On this end of the floor. Oweh in traffic. He's so good in transition. It was a 10 to shoot under a minute to go in the half. Lead down to 8. Oweh makes it 10. He's attacking right there, finds the open three-point shooter. Oweh baseline against Marshall. Well done. Now in double figures with 11. Great decision. He's chipping away at Kentucky's lead. Carr outside Oweh. Great decision. So strong. Well, he had the big fella. Harden just made it nice a mystery. Sharing the basketball. Oweh from downtown acknowledges this raucous crowd at Rupp. Sharing is caring for the Cats. How about the rotation, the distribution, and the shot making there by Oweh. Well, Williams is a great passer, not for just a big man. He's a great passer. Jackson Robinson.
The UNC asphalt transfer had it poked away from behind. Creasa gets it up. Oweh!
Defense and offense. Great scouting report on the flip. Turning the defense into offense. Creasa pushing it. And Otega Oweh doing the rest. Keeping the ball out the paint with Edwards. Lining went up.
Keeping that dribble alive. And Oweh swooping through the lane for 2.
Up and under. Here in the second half, Otega Oweh up and under the shot blocker. Beautiful finish.
He has not been able to get on track so far. He's been in foul trouble in that first half. Inside, Oweh just kind of pushed it at the rim.
Great execution by Kentucky when they needed the timeout.
Look at him jump in the passing lane. Oweh! Hello!
Otega Oweh taking off. They're savvy. Turning the corner and flipping it up with the inside hand.
Touchdown! Williams throws it down.
Now the offense.
Kentucky. 100%, no question. He's got 7. There's a pick. Oweh, yes. Took it right away from Hunter, and off that timeout, Kentucky has gone on a roll. They got 6 in a row.
Make some play.
And then on the other end, man, this is the guy I'm talking about, 00, Otega Oweh. He is so strong with his hands and
himself right now. Oweh, strong, physical, uses the window.
On ball, just a force. And there's that Kentucky ability to get downhill and make their own tough two just outside the lane off that early.
Butler missed some time with foul trouble. He's back. They set up Oweh, and that's an assist for Butler and a well-designed play. Good job to keep that ball alive. Here comes Kentucky. Butler dumps it off. We got a chance for three. They'll count it as Oweh will go to the free throw line.
Revy, what an unselfish, smart play, though, by Butler. But a late drop-off. And look at that Kentucky run game. Jackson Robinson in the middle of the floor with a pass ahead right there. Butler could have gone through the chest, and City gives it up to Oweh, who draws a...
So we'll keep an eye now on Kentucky's offense. That's a good shot from Oweh with Butler out of the game.
With a little bump to give extra space for Stromer and the shot. Oweh at the basket. Puts it in. That was a grown Otega Oweh here. Oweh hesitates, gets at the basket. A little too strong. And a rebound picked up. Oweh puts it in. Nembhard, Ajayi as they get it off. Brea fires. Oweh the rebound. Off the glass, wouldn't fall. Tip.
I think that was Battle that came in there and battle. And watch Kentucky fight on the glass. And it's multiple guys. Oweh went and got to start with, but Battle right here comes up with a big tip.
Huge defensive play. And now at the basket, throws it down, and Kentucky has the lead.
How about the pass by Robinson at 6'6" to start this overtime period? Robinson right there at 6'6". Throws a strike to Oweh, who doesn't mess around with it.
They've shown several looks at zone despite the three-point shooters Kentucky has.
Otega Oweh rolls it home. Brea penetrating. Here's Oweh through traffic.
And what Oweh did right there is what I'd like to see Brea do on the...
Cats mix up the defense in the second half. Line and a finish from Williams.
You talk about knowing where your team...
Consistency has held Colgate back.
I think one thing you see from Kentucky just now is the spurt ability that this team has from beyond the arc.
And another. Oweh getting in on it. 12-0 Kentucky run. Oweh reverses it in. Beautiful move. He's got double figures now. Lead is 12. Oweh. He's got a dozen. If they've done that, they also did it to start the 2010-2011 season. Here's Oweh in the corner. The dunk to the three.
That's the 31st three-point.
Javon Hadley with a drive and scoops it up too strong off the glass. Kentucky wants to play fast. Butler hits the trailer, and Otega Oweh with a slam.
Forward quickly and really put a lot of pressure on your transition defense. An excellent pass ahead by Amari Williams, and Otega Oweh right down the gut in a terrific
300 points in his high school career. Playing sparingly, but they're without Kirk Creason. So a few minutes for him and a nice pivot.
Hadley was just looking to get a foul more than anything. Just went right into his body.
Oh boy, Otega Oweh.
Was injured on the play, couldn't really get back. But nobody, the Red Sea parted, and Otega Oweh that had the advantage.
18 assists on 25 made baskets and another Louisville turnover. Oweh scores to make it a 10-point game. Stolen away. What a job by Oweh. The steal and the slam.
Just a terrific play, reaching out with his left hand right in front of Chucky Hepburn. That's why
Butler brings it over for Kentucky. Oweh hits the three. It was a quick shot. A minute to go. Here's the shot by Oweh.
There were over 20 seconds left on the...
In and out. Carr's got it for Kentucky. What they are seeing from Otega Oweh and Kentucky.
Louisville has battled, but the door was slightly ajar, and I think Otega Oweh just slammed it.
15-point Buckeye lead. Oweh against Bradshaw. Got the roll.
Tough kid.
And on the other end, Oweh, and the foul on Bradshaw is 3.
Nice
the dish inside. Oweh the score. Butler to inbound on the baseline. Got the short pass in to Oweh. He tips in his own miss.
How about that? How quick did he respond off the floor?
He's going to fall for only the second time. They lost at Clemson 70-66 earlier this year.
But another giveaway that has plagued Brown in the early minutes. 7 turnovers, only 8 minutes in. That is too many. There's Kentucky's leading scorer, the junior from Newark.
It's 10 teams in the top 25. Whew. No night off.
That's a record. I mean, that's an absurd number. There's Otega Oweh. That's a nice spin move. That rolls off the rim. Landon Lewis couldn't get it to go. Otega Oweh. Timeout, Mike Martin.
And the numbers. A lot of times coaches look at what were you ranked? Were you a McDonald's? There's only one McDonald's All-American on this team. And now stretch the playbook as the season progresses.
Otega Oweh, this is a long 2. Sticks that jumper. They've gone over 100 points several times this season. Matter of fact, they've done it 4 times. All right, here's could be a little showtime. Dabo smacked that alley-oop pass away, but
and out of the rebound down to Otega Oweh.
That is tough to guard, that little horn spade, because he can curl it or go off it.
Great crossover and finish by Oweh, and he is headed to the line.
He's going to have to get it going in the first half. Great crossover, gets the contact and able to fit. Kentucky, they've got to get all 5 guys to the defensive glass. The guards have to help the big guys here.
A wing 3, no, but a weak side follow for Oweh to make
here in Rupp.
Butler swings it back out for Oweh. Still 12 on the shot clock. Oweh, what strength as he banks it home.
Body on body when every shot goes up.
Oweh again.
Kentucky with the response, on top of a response. Pass.
Oweh defended by Martin. Gets a piece of the paint, got him in the air, and scores. Keeps it. Now Oweh. It'll go. Another bucket for
Otega Oweh coming off the ball. That's just a beautiful pass by Amari Williams and a
explosive 3-ball. That one blocked by Oweh. Shot clock winding down. Oweh off the window plus the foul.
And that's a big bucket right there for Otega Oweh. They needed that one in the biggest. Oweh driving baseline with the physicality and extension, gets it up on the glass.
Still behind the play. Newell, a 3, short, and Williams now finds Oweh. It is time for liftoff.
Good job there by Kentucky. Recognized that they had the numbers on the counterattack. Georgia had.
And Carr tracking down the offensive rebound. Butler, head fake. Oweh coming in and throws it down.
Great patience there by Otega Oweh. Passed up a shot, swung it to the corner, and Butler.
Got to get back in it.
Unselfish play, beautiful fundamentals on the deck, going up top.
Guy we think Otega Oweh has got to have a good game, has been quiet so early in this game.
Well, on cue, pulls up, buries down the 17-footer. Oh, there's a steal. Oweh takes it himself with a two-handed flush.
Out front, Sean Jones is not a basketball player there. Like, you're just too lazy, too easy. This is the game, not to be in back.
Harris misses that three from the top of the key. Here's Oweh right to the rim.
What a start in the second half. Great screen underneath the back.
Oweh back in a hurry. Don't blink.
How quickly they came back. Melendez solid with the stroke.
Oh, what a take by Otega Oweh.
What an answer.
Robinson, 25 points tonight. 2-point bucket from Oweh. Back to a 6-point advantage.
3 straight possessions. No good. Williams rips down another rebound. He's got 8 now in the game.
Yeah, it's just not who they are.
Oweh. That's who he is. Wow. That's who he is. Double O with a big-time flush. And the roof off erupt right now.
This is a downhill driving guy, and he gets an angle in transition and just explodes. Some guys drive it to score, and some guys drive it to hurt your feelings. And that's exactly what Otega Oweh just did. That is about as strong as a finish.
Tough pass. Here we go again. Oweh!
Pressure by Butler right there to force a habit pass, and Oweh just looks back, and that is nasty.
They only scored 64 points. Their lowest total of the season, lost by 10 as Otega Oweh chips it in. Nate made.
It's not a bad pick. Bullseye. Not bad. Not bad. It was
and you have to believe all those billiard balls went in.
Absolutely. No TV tricks there. Oweh in transition, stumbled a little, but still got it to go.
The D-cell Euro step in transition. Oweh, when he gets to...
he is out, broke a bone in his foot, and he is out for several more weeks. Oweh gives Kentucky the lead.
It's right in between the cutter and the passer.
Nelson driving on Carr, and Carr playing with 3, takes it away, and then finds Oweh. What a sequence for Kentucky.
It here. You got to be like a running back. He tries to go to that left side again and shows the ball.
Rhea no. Nelson the rebound. Oh, a steal by Oweh. What a play.
The things that you think are simple by Grant Nelson, and then trying to be in a hurry to get the ball down court and attack. Otega Oweh just lying in wait, takes it away. Not only scores several games of the season, transferred in from South Florida where he was the American Athletic Conference Player of the Year.
Oweh from the elbow to bring Kentucky back within 4. Start to shoot the 3-ball better. Good defense by Phylon, but it's still Kentucky ball. Oweh. He'll hit a corner 3.
Big time shot make with Jimmy Dykes, Carl Ravitch here. This is Memorial Gymnasium. Last Saturday, they knocked off number 6 Tennessee. They got a chance to knock off another top 10 team as Otega Oweh takes it inside.
To cheer for.
Yeah, it's true.
And that game tonight, a clash of titans.
There's Oweh. He's got a chance for a 3-point play.
Yeah, the urgency and really the speed that Kentucky's that angle. Oweh is going to make you pay. I talked about his ability to finish off of 1 foot, as good as we have in
nickel dime reference, and you had it.
Yeah, it was right there, though.
Oweh pulls up money. He's now got double figures again. So every game he's checked. Oweh in the paint, floater. He is so tough. Otega Oweh, 13 now, and a 15-2 Kentucky run.
Yeah, not turn it over.
So that's on the close on Brea. They have recognized we can't give him an inch. Oh, Oweh! Oweh!
You let this cat get to his right hand, it is money at the rim. Close out. Yeah, just crossed him over. So you had a bad mismatch right there. Vanderbilt got mismatched and put Oweh right in the middle of the floor. Becomes a one-on-one battle. You can't hand read.
Division I offers once he showed what he could do.
Man, what a start to a phenomenal Saturday of college hoops.
Oweh all the way to the rack. He is so strong, and he's taken over for Kentucky.
Yeah, that was not a...
He drives again, and he went right by Nickel.
Really good job by Pope just to say, hey, let's spread this thing out. I like my isolation with Oweh.
Like it.
Well, especially this year, Molly. I mean, 13 teams being projected in that NCAA tournament as of tonight. Think about the career for Zakai Ziegler-Ravi. With one more point, he'll become the second player ever in the SEC with 1,300 points.
The rack, and he can't get it to go. Akpara picks up the offensive rebound.
Yeah, just not a physical
bad pass there, and here comes Oweh. He will throw it down.
Well, no Lamont Butler, but Otega Oweh is very good on the defensive end.
A volleyball pass to Almanor with 7 on the shot clock. Perry, no good. Look at Oweh attack the offensive glass.
And Kentucky has battled.
Linear a hard cut. Great defense. Oweh with the block. And Chandler just stepped on the baseline. Layup. Oweh. Milicic has got him pinned. He goes baseline. Oh, wow. He came down on his left shoulder. Otega Oweh. What a shot by 00 in blue. A play.
Well, the ability of Otega Oweh to drive through contact. Right there, man, he falls hard on that left shoulder. But that's what Kentucky has been working with this kid on. He's their most explosive guy going in off of one, which he did that time. But he goes really strong.
Had a layup that felt uncontested, but Oweh came from behind to deflect it. And now he goes right by Izquierdo and lays it up and in.
He is an absolute force.
Otega Firo, who's terrific on the glass, was boxed out. Here's Kentucky with a 1-point lead. And Oweh, with a left hand, what a shot.
How good is he? More pressure mounts on Kentucky, I'm just telling you.
Oweh baseline, that's going to be a whistle and a basket. Wow. He and Firo can absorb and then finish.
Contact in traffic, got a tight handle for a physical kid. He just goes right into the chest. 2 big bodies with a rim collision. And yeah,
you did.
I did, yeah. Enough.
Robinson in amongst 3. Cars open to the corner, but Oweh says, I'll do it myself. Wow.
You had no chance, Ravi, if you didn't foul. The slim chance anyways, but this is all about Arkansas tonight. They came in.
Perry, unable to get his shot off. Ole Miss has 6 field goals, 5 assists, and Oweh a 3 to settle it down, maybe.
Well, you're going to guard Oweh with what they call run.
Oweh. They're figuring out things.
And stick 3.
Diaz got 13. They went to double Williams, and he found Oweh on the baseline for a Almanor doesn't have a point. He hasn't taken a shot on another layup for Kentucky. See if they another easy bucket for Kentucky.
So that tells me that Mark Pope at halftime got on that. It's hard to put into words how difficult it is to not have any game rhythm practice and to come out and produce like he has.
Well, he's in this what would be incredible comeback. Oweh hard. And he shot it under the rim, but he got his own rebound and laid it up and in.
Just outworked Ole Miss that time, and a good job.
We got to win. We need a result with a W.
Is that an assist? Is that an assist by Williams?
Wasn't he optimistic? Wasn't he so positive? But a turnover here as Kentucky now with some numbers. Oweh protects the ball, and Kentucky's on the board.
And that's what you got to see.
Almost a 5-minute scoring drought. No field goals for South Carolina. Davis bottled up inside, and Oweh with the strip. Goes it to the side, and a turnover. Oweh in transition. Got it.
Key words. One of those Mark Pope sets that he runs.
Oweh with the Euro, and it rolls out.
They felt like Otega Oweh had a mismatch.
But he gets it.
Oh!
Otega Oweh! No way!
BBN likes the way he did it.
First one. But he said, I'm going to stick around. I'm going to be a little patient. Give me this. At the rim, Otega Oweh. No way.
As well, that's going to be an outstanding matchup against the Don State.
Here is Brea. And the follow slam by Otega Oweh.
Because you've struggled so much, get some inside-out action and let your All-American touch the basketball.
Oweh starting to cook. He's got 11 points.
Is back, is getting better, is available, but he'll come off the bench. Otega Oweh, and it's a quick 4-0 lead for Kentucky.
But because of that shot, he has opportunities to drive that he needs to take advantage of.
Milicic gets around Carr, but some help defense. Maybe Oweh knocked it away. They're looking to back come the Cats, led by Perry.
Yeah, he might have over-moved in the lane because he had a wide open lane to the basket. Just take it hard.
Boy, the Volunteers left the ball, and Otega Oweh made them pay.
Just a miscommunication. You'd rather have two on the ball. A good job chasing cover. What a block.
A chase down block by Oweh. Brea misses the three, and a run out now for Gainey. And Butler just picked his pocket.
What a steal.
And what a pass. Oweh.
But he can also turn it over.
That ball deflected into the backcourt. 10 on the shot clock. Brea. No look run to Oweh. And all of a sudden it's Cats by 8.
Clear opportunity. A step back, then he drives in, draws the help. Jordan Gainey falls asleep on.
Try to free himself. They get the switch with Kent on Oweh. And a nice kiss off the window.
Oweh is a very
good look. Noah sees Garrison, who sees Oweh, and he throws it down. Nice pass, Brandon Garrison.
Well, what is Texas doing? Texas has plenty of time to talk it out and match up, and they just flat out don't do it and allow slams action to get that passer freed up.
First lead of the night for the home team. Oweh, a chance for a 3-point play. Down to Kentucky. Think about the prior 2 trips. Texas got stuck. They had a shot clock violation. Kentucky ended up with an alley-oop and now another layup.
His ball at that size can do it.
He's got 17 points. Oweh bowling a China shot. Can't get it to go. Now he tries an easy one and he lays it up and in. High with 19. Oweh went right over him. Difficult shot. Otega Oweh.
Finish this thing out and go down with your best if you're Texas.
What a rip by Shedrick, who went up over Williams. And a bad pass. Larry threw it, and Oweh flushed it.
How about Otega? Because of this pass right here. You can't make that pass in this league. Just a very simple, soft pass. Nothing with authority. No ball fake at all. The last 2 minutes, Mark Pope will have a lot to talk about with his guys.
Oweh's shot is good. It will count. It'll be
Hit 3 in the loss at Tennessee. Good look to Oweh inside, and a chance for 3. But the high-low action.
continued to hold his ground without fouling.
Otega Oweh, mid-range is there.
He's against Jalen Carey earlier.
Hager, a physical player. Oweh, athletic inside.
Most of the time, those percentages go up when you touch the paint first and then spray the basketball out.
Edwards rejected by Oweh and slammed out of bounds. And even Otega loved how that felt.
Talked about the ability of Jason Edwards to get to the paint, and Otega Oweh, that's something else that I think he could really do.
Huffman a path, Huffman, no. Williams with a rim protection has been elite tonight. Oweh!
Can't allow this to get away if you're Mark Byington, but I like the response here.
Kentucky has expanded its lead. There's 1 point at halftime, now at 10.
Good cut.
Oweh!
You're Kentucky.
Chandler to Oweh. Here come the Cats again. 64-49. Personal.
Colin Chandler with a very quick pass. That's what we mean when we say the ball should be moving like popcorn. Because when you move the basketball quickly, you see them pushing the pace. You've got to add additional pressure. And that's why Mark Byington has gone out of the zone back to man-to-man.
Oweh floats it in.
Too good. As I said earlier, I think
he has struggled on the road shooting threes. Not today. 3 of 4. Oweh. Oh, what a tough shot. That's another guy. Rock solid, strong. No doubt through contact. Oweh, you got to do that in the
out tonight. Outside to Oweh. An 0 for 2 start for numeral 00 until now. And a chance for 3. So Otega Oweh steps up in a big way.
Aggressive from the opening tip, but there he is getting that patented spin move, getting the defender on his hip. The strength.
Too strong. Outside to Brea. Leading three-point shooter in the SEC, not this time. Oweh.
It's the activity once again.
Richard, he is just a shade over 32% on the season for 3. Oweh, the runner. He's got 2 threes tonight, and that's a first point for Oweh. Godwin lost the handle. He was on the move. Butler to Oweh. That's a 3.
That's a big shot, too. And a huge turnaround. The ill-advised play in a turnaround.
This season. No-look dish to Oweh.
The closeout by Taylor Jr.
And a little jump hook in traffic. Oweh.
Good D, better O. Have to be connected to Bryson Goodine. He's one of the top level shooters in this conference.
And the answer on the other end by Oweh.
Contact on that attempt. If you're Oweh, you got to sell that one. That one could be easily drawn foul and get an opportunity for layup or for free throws.
Turnover by Fears. Oweh dunks it down. Tied at 71.
Well, he's turned it up a notch, and there he is on the money, coming up with the steal and going end to end for the easy deuce.
I know you would ask from Oweh, and a 3 by Chandler. Not this time. Garrison on the offensive glass. Oweh the spin and the finish. Otega Oweh.
Look at the adjustment in air, moves the ball around, finds the backboard, and gets that one to drop.
Garrison nearly a 5-second violation. Shot clock at 10. Oweh the dunk! And a free throw on the way. Oweh, oh, wow.
Wildcat needed. Look at this spin move on the baseline and going up with authority. And 1. Fears to get that bucket to tie this one up.
Oweh the spin. Cats back in front. Otega Oweh with 23.
Beautiful. That spin move that he goes to. Oweh asking for the ball.
Williams spots Oweh. Easy finish inside. Cats back in front.
Beautiful design play going screen roll.
Shot clock is off, and seconds remaining. Oweh on Miles. Otega throws it up and in. Kentucky back in front.
Wow. Look at this finish. Bodies all around him. That is unbelievable.
It's a lot of switching, so their matchups are going to change. Kentucky does not switch as often. They do in emergency situations.
Another great cut, and Amari Williams with a beautiful find to Otega Oweh.
And that's why when Kentucky cuts.
Thing that Mark Pope said they wanted to get back to.
Here's Oweh. Tries, lays it in.
Too easy.
Here comes Otega Oweh. From the foul line. And gets it home. Touch roll.
Well, so now Kentucky's comfortable.
Too strong. Oh, right down the lane is Otega Oweh.
They moved the basketball, and then that wasn't a carry at all. That was just Matador defense that time.
Here's Jordan Sears. And throws it away. Oweh.
Gotta get a timeout. Gotta get a timeout if you're Matt McMahon. And let's remind our viewers, Jalen Reed transfers in college basketball, getting out on the break with the nice one-hand finish.
Sears on him. Oweh, got it. And the foul.
Once he gets it inside, Jordan Sears, you too little. Otega Oweh, do it, Joe.
Williams, Oweh, nice.
Good basketball.
Now 6 of the last 8 shots. Oweh, all the way, and lays it in. And gets a steal.
And then LSU actually allows 33 points in the paint, second most. It's just wasn't a good matchup. Yeah. Just like that.
Oweh now with 20. Played 6 minutes here in the second half. Ooh, good crossover and dime to Garrison.
Basketball game, but it's important for Cam Carter to see it to go through the net for the next basketball game.
Nothing to net for Oweh. He's got 20.
Oweh gets by Bates. Gray was waiting. And into the hands of Caleb Drill. Stolen away by Oweh. Should be the first 2 of the game for Kentucky after making 4 threes.
But that was perfect there, and then Oweh just picks his pockets and says, cookies. Easy 2 for Oweh.
Is that what he said, cookies?
Probably.
Williams, it's a hand in the back from Gray. Into the corner for Oweh. Got it. Otega Oweh's first triple of the game. He's coming off of a 24-point performance. Oh, blew the layup. After a make from deep, he was too close that time. See what he does here. Step through, off the window and in.
Oweh gets the bucket, but Andrew Carr was everywhere on those past 2 possessions. Oweh got beat.
Oweh matched up with Grill now. Carr wants a touch. Oweh. Got it. Work behind Gray's screen. He's a Lexington native, Henry Clay High School. Perkins turned his ankle. Oweh rips the ball away. And a left-hand finish into the photons.
The points off turnovers are becoming a huge part of this game. Now 20 for
knees for Perkins. He's lost his footing. And he can barely get back down the court.
It's been another.
Batted away by Warwick. Bray at midcourt. Carr saves it. Oweh. Yes! Otega Oweh with his second chance for Kentucky.
Height's going to be a factor tonight. Butler, Oweh, 3. Look out! A 5-0 start for Kentucky. Lining and all this blue, but Oklahoma was down 8-2 last night. They didn't panic. Is it different tonight? It certainly feels like it. It's obvious that Mark Pope is. Oweh, baseline strong, and he knocks it in, and he'll go shoot a free throw. Otega Oweh.
And remember, Otega Oweh played just unable to keep this kid out of the paint. The most consistent player for Kentucky all season.
Kobe Elvis. Too strong, and Brea picks it up. Oweh sees the lane, missed the left hand. Crowd just energized anytime they... Loose pass, great steal. Oweh with a flush. So quick. As he picked that pass, and 2-on-1 with Taylor. No good, and that is ripped away by Carr.
Good job by Carr to not foul.
Oweh, pretty move. Up and in, Otega Oweh.
But that's all. That's an assist almost by Carr. Yeah. And only one offensive rebound out of the game by the Sooners.
Yeah, Chandler had it deep in the paint. We'll get to Molly in just a second. It's Oweh, corner three.
Well, guys, Oklahoma knows Otega Oweh well from his time in...
Play calls by Mark Pope. Without his point guard, Otega Oweh, once they get the offense going, they just flow from there.
Oweh,
yep.
He got a chance for three more.
Just going right at his old team is Otega Oweh. And Mark Pope has managed these in. He's not being caught by surprise in how to play call with Lamont Butler on the bench. He goes to Otega Oweh in the middle third of that floor. Carr with just a little bit of a brush screen to get Otega Oweh going downhill
and get Blue Nation going.
This would be amazing if Oklahoma walks out of here with this win.
Oweh did it to the Sooners once. Can he do it again? He gets the basketball. He's going. He drives. He puts it out! And in with a half second to go. Oweh did it again to Oklahoma. A walk-off shot from Otega Oweh, and Kentucky will win it 85-84. You can't make it up.
As difficult as a game winner as you're going to see in the entire March Madness by Otega Oweh.
With his left hand, Otega Oweh ends up with 27 points and lost it. And Amori slow to get up, so Kentucky's got some numbers here. And Oweh steps right through and dunks it in. The same basket, he won the game.
Even it out into a 5-on-5 game. They don't do it. Otega Oweh right down the middle third.
And Garrison. Oweh. He'll chisel and get two. Off of their defense. Oweh will take it in. And then fade away with the beautiful stroke. He's got four, hitting his first two shots. They'll fight and dig it out, and Brea saved it. Carr, cross court. Oweh flies inside. Got such great length, he can cushion guys and still contest shots. Oweh deflected the ball, and it's picked up by Amari Williams. Brea on the other side. In stride Oweh. What transition by the Cats. On top, Carr. The ball rotation there. You see Brea. Oweh. Good way for Kentucky to start the second half. Stutter stepped in inside. Reeled in by Williams and put in the hands of Oweh for two, and he's got 15 for the Cats. Short on that one. Williams, good throw. Otega! Oweh waiting at the other end.
Well, this is a great outlet pass.
Wow. Rebound, fought for, deflected. Taken by Butler, looks one way, throws the other, and flying inside Oweh. He took it off, he cuffed the ball, and flies on him. On top, Williams, Ivisic waits. Otega cuts, and Oweh will put it in. That's a foul.
Williams is a great passer also. Now, he doesn't have Ivasic's ability.
Williams, Ivisic, he'll pitch off to the driving and cutting Oweh for two. On by Oweh. And the Cats on the move, and here he goes, slicing inside for two. Clock down to 7. The defense there by Boswell. Oweh. and 1,000 rebounds.
Yeah, and that might not even be the two best things he does with his shot blocking.
It's hard to do that if you're going to play that far off Williams and let him just survey the whole court.
Oweh will penetrate.
Lanier. Shot clock at 6 for Ziegler. A step back three is blocked by Oweh, and Meshack knocks it out of bounds. Able to chip away at this Tennessee lead. Can't stop. Oh, good move, good play there. Oweh. The steal and the finish by Oweh.
What a block by Jasper.
Kentucky trying to capitalize on the defensive stand. It's Oweh!
Trent Noah has the mindset to get the ball up the court. Big Mo brings the ball down.
We want to be a top 10 defensive team this season.
That's exactly what they want to do. Well on their way.
Here's Oweh, drives and finishes. Already a better look to begin the second half. Now does, it may have been deflected.
This is the pace that Kentucky's comfortable at.
Oweh from the corner, yes sir!
When you're comfortable, you make shots.
Really does feel like this game has opened up a bit here in the second half. I will call that an assist. Aberdeen to Oweh. And a chance for a three-point play.
Sometimes when you play hard, you're in the right place, the ball just finds you. And there's Oweh getting down.
That has the ball.
Going to go to Otega Oweh early, trying to get him going.
Little step back from the elbow is good from Otega Oweh. Right on cue, coach. Another jump this year. Was an assistant at Gonzaga while Mark Few was making those great runs as Otega gets to the basket, off the glass and in for Oweh.
Little give and go with Brandon Garrison.
Evansville, Indiana. It's an all GLVC freshman team member last year for the Greyhounds. Otega Oweh spinning his way to the rack, off the glass and in. Able to do so here in the game. Marino altered that shot. Out to Oweh on the outlet, under the basket, off the glass and in. Cleaned up by Garrison. Oweh across the timeline, give and go with Garrison. Now he'll drive and off the glass and in. Oweh in double figures. Kentucky just went over the top of the press to Oweh at half court. Oweh will step into a three. He's got it.
Aberdeen, as Jay mentioned, a big part of the Florida Gators national championship team. Starting for the second time in 3 games. Baseline drive for Oweh for Kentucky's first basket. That's the first Cardinal turnover of the game. Chandler with a nice look and a 3 for Otega Oweh to get it down to 12.
Drives, and you have got to make him play in a crowd.
Brown got caught in the air. Oweh anticipated it, kicked it off, and lays it in.
Well, that's where Oweh is so tough, where he has an advantage. Just lowered that shoulder and shot Isaac McNeely back into the stanchion.
Times though, misses the 3.
That was a settle.
Now a steal. This will not be a settle. The slam for Oweh.
Boy, one of the few turnovers for Louisville, and turns into a turnover for a touchdown.
As well, but he is well traveled, was an assistant at Clemson after he was a head coach at Evansville. As Oweh drives inside, his layup too strong. Garrison cleans it up. The putback is in, but they're going to credit the basket to Oweh, a goaltend on Eastern Illinois. The bounce. Jacoby got his man in the air. That was Oweh. His shot hits the very front of the rim. Cleaned up by Diabate. They go out in front to Oweh. Takes off and jams it in.
Otega Oweh doing what he does. Again, his conditioning isn't there yet, but it's getting there, and that's a great start. Mo Diabate gets in the passing lane there.
He's got Oweh out in front. Oweh wanted to go 2 for 2. This time a layup off the glass and in.
This is the pace that Kentucky should play at.
To us as well. I would like a free honey bun. Oweh fakes the 3, 15 to shoot. Oweh to the rack, lays it in.
What was Tom Izzo moaning about before the game?
A total of 13 threes in their first 3 games. They've got 3 already tonight, but Oweh knocks one down from beyond the arc for the Cavs. 11 minutes into the first half here in game 1 of the State Farm Champions Classic. Oweh baseline. Knocks down the jumper.
That's the aggressiveness that Kentucky needs to see from Otega Oweh.
Kohler. Hand off to Ford. Carr somehow caught it, but couldn't finish it over Oweh, but it'll stay with the Spartans. Ford can't hit it off the back of the iron, and the rebound down to Garrison. Kentucky with its first possession, and Oweh will slam it in.
Get a stop, and Oweh running the floor in Kentucky. That's really one of the very few transition baskets that Kentucky has in this game, but that double team. But this is a very good pass-ahead transition team, and Michigan State able to take that away from Kentucky in the first half.
Chandler, the kick to the corner, and the three will go for Oweh.
What a great pass on that back cut by Colin Chandler. Through the defense and just looked opposite, and Oweh was right in the right corner.
On. Oweh.
Great start for Kentucky. That's what they want. Oweh cutting and slashing to the basket.
Bounds. There's Marino. Cross court to Oweh. Here's his cut and drive. And what a nice roll off the fingertips.
Great start for Oweh. Two for two, both times slashing to the basket. One without the ball, one with the ball.
Kentucky flying in transition. Oweh physical in the lane and gets it to stay down.
It's almost like he's had a couple talkings to recently.
To Stemke for the quick trigger, and that's too strong.
Good challenge by Oweh that time, but Stemke's hot from the three.
Oweh from the corner, got it.
Somehow you got to get around those big long arms of Malachi Marino.
Got to get creative, right?
Yes.
Oweh comes up with a steal, 2-on-1. Oweh takes it himself and finishes with a thunderous slam.
Oweh slipping on down in the baseline.
And how they want him to catch the ball on the run, meet the ball, run through it.
Lob, and there's a run through and a dunk for Otega Oweh.
That's one way to run through the pass right there. Coach Pelfrey brought his team here on Monday. I mean, this morning was their third time in this arena. He said, we don't usually do this. We're on Thanksgiving break.
Goes a little too deep and off balance. Chandler push ahead to Aberdeen. And now Otega Oweh.
Nice job by Oweh, just sprinting the court and
get everything back when it comes to performing at a high level.
And then when you're getting
stolen away by Oweh. Whoa! Hammer! Noah finds Chandler. Oweh puts it up and in. Otega Oweh going on a mini run. He scored the last 7 now for the Cats. Yelovich the board.
But you love to see 4 Kentucky Wildcats all going after that rebound.
Oweh took a shot to the head, and he finished it. What a second half. 0-0 Otega Oweh. He is stampeding his way to game-high 15 points.
Where he's at his best, knifing the defense, and one for Oweh.
So everybody's got to pitch in a little bit handling the basketball. Mark told us before the game.
That would be Jalen Lowe, but he is out with a shoulder injury, nagging. Oweh, nice move down the lane for 2. Otega Oweh, the 6'4" senior.
I think Marino's going to be a very good player. He's only a freshman.
Oweh takes a bump. Oweh lifts and banks it in.
I saw one of the greatest performances last year.
Prospect who stayed home. He played at Great Crossing, just about a half hour from campus. Stolen away by Oweh. And will slam it down.
Well, he can bounce off the floor. He's like one of those Spalding balls I used to play with as a kid.
Long one coming, and that one off the back of the iron by Bogovac.
Stevenson, by the way, came the route of Alabama.
Good pass. There was the alley-oop and the slam. Oweh for 2.
Play right there. Terrific. That's what they got to get their game. You got to utilize their athletes. Get out, run, baby, run, run. It's run, baby, run. Fill those lanes. Get those lanes. Up we go. Up, up, and step to the goal with that offensive rebound. That little Michael Jordan right there. Michael was so special. That's the love for these games.
Oweh with the basket. With an impressive win over the reigning national champs, the Florida Gators, at Cameron Indoor right before this game. Oweh over the top of the slam, and Marino.
Nice play right there. Good penetration to that post. Good things happen. He has the ball in there.
Gives up his dribble. Back for Evans. Evans keeps on trucking and swatted away. Marino's going to be an elite shot blocker. They got put Carolina up by 1 under 3 minutes to go. Oweh. 1-on-1. Goes strong and lays it in.
That's his game. That's his game. Clear it out, let him go 1-on-1 and attack the rim. He's very strong. He's quick. He got a great first step. And here's Mr. Oweh. They clear it out. He goes 1-on-1, so strong. That body protects the ball.
They were held under 20 points in a half. You have to go back to 2018. Finally a win, and it's Otega. Smith is back, and Otega lays it up and in. So Oweh gives him 2 to get him to 18, and Mark Few will try to
see any sign of that happening in this game. If it's going to happen, it's going to start these first 4 minutes.
Well, Oweh just got away with a push. He extended that left arm, and it worked because it opened up a 3 for him.
In a basketball game on Sunday.
Sasu Paris dribbled into traffic. Aberdeen now has it. Oweh's got Yelovich, who takes it himself, comes up short, tips it in.
Away with it. Aberdeen the kick out. Second opportunity. Here's Oweh from downtown, and he hits it from the left side.
Good job by Kentucky. The extra effort on the offensive rebound and the perfect time to shoot a 3-ball.
Armando Battle missing a 3. Numbers for Kentucky for now. Oweh, floater, rims it down.
Soft touch. Kentucky able to take advantage of the 5-4.
But by the way he works.
He was a big piece of that national championship team. And actually was the one piece that was on Florida prior to Todd Golden there, as Otega Oweh knocks down another tray ball.
Oweh with a steal. Watch out. Counted in the foul. All Cats.
For the slamming in Otega Oweh in the passing lanes, taking on the contact and going to the line for the old-fashioned 3-point play. How it is. And if Alabama was in a situation where they shouldn't, then I would say it.
Oweh with a nice hesitation. Off the pump fake, lays it in, and now Oweh in double figures.
Not a big fan, even though Chandler in great hustle to get back after the missed shot.
Oweh off the bounce, lays it home. 14 points for Otega Oweh. The SEC preseason player of the year. Richard, he was 0 for 5 prior to, a guy that shot over 40% from beyond the arc. Aberdeen. Oweh, come on! Put it on a poster!
Athletes in the SEC, and it's a big reason like this. He's the preseason SEC player of the year. Otega Oweh going up top for the Wildcats.
And they go Jasper Johnson on the break. Meanwhile, Jalen Lowe checking in for the first time tonight for Kentucky. Oweh left open, gathers and hits from downtown, and a season-high 19 for Otega Oweh. Association for a club in Serbia. So you share that with Yelovich. Oweh upstairs. 21 tonight from the senior out of Newark, New Jersey, a season high, and a timeout taken by Lavelle Moten.
We love him, and ESPN has been doing an amazing job honoring Stuart Smith. I saw that. I haven't seen the documentary yet.
Top shot, Oweh lays it in. Noah with the catch, Marino with the screen. And the corner for the jumper, a long one on the way, and the three-pointer by Oweh.
Well, Oweh made the big 3 right there. It was created by the play by Noah.
Playing with Dr. J for, I think, 4 years.
He said last night that he taught you a lesson about being the way to treat friends.
Hey, always be nice.
Over the top, the slam.
Dr. J is the best I've ever seen with fans. You always take pictures and sign autographs.
Whether they show or retreat. Oweh going at the rim, very important, I think, for this club.
5 on the shot clock. You've got a 15-footer and nailed it.
You don't score with your toe, but it helps. He's had that problem Healthy, tough. But he's spry for having that knee last March, right?
Yeah.
There you go. That's his game.
Power. Oweh ties it at 8.
Nowhere almost got it. Talk about speed.
Now, this is the tough part I thought we'd say right here.
How does one guy go one way and nobody gets back?
Look at what Kentucky's handling the basketball.
Yeah, too much dribbling out there. A little dribble handoff.
Away from the free throw line. Got it.
That's he passed up that shot before. Yeah. He's got to take that.
Okay.
He's good right here.
Away, baseline, got it.
Oh, what a counter. That was great defense as well. Elevating and knocking it down. Don't get back.
And they come up with a steal. Numbers for Kentucky.
Ooh, going the other way. Ooh.
And score it for Oweh.
He did jump.
Getty, we got to be physical. This is a physical basket.
Nice moving. Good call.
Chance for a three-point play. Kentucky cutting into that lead.
Corner, too strong. Second chance for Diabate. Aberdeen will take this one. And the size for Kentucky pays off as Oweh stuffs it home.
That's what Coach Davenport was concerned about. Bellarmine being able to attack the glass. 2 fouls. He's not going to foul him. Just takes it straight to the basket.
Kentucky with time to go 2 for 1 here at the end of the half as Johnson locates a flying Otega Oweh. Kentucky stretching the lead back to 5. It was a perfect pass though from Johnson.
It really was. Oh, gave him the look. Threw it right at the corner of the backboard where the ball's supposed to go. Oh, wait.
No question. And with Jalen Lowe healthy now, turnover for Alabama.
Oweh the foul and count the basket.
And that's exactly the kind of turnover that Nate Oates was talking to his team yesterday. A thing to throw the ball out of bounds, but that's just a weak pass that was made out of bounds to LeBaron Philon. And now you have a continuation, an extra step after the foul, even though that was 2 steps. I thought that was on the floor. Or communicate, and it's really tough for them to switch.
At any point, Alabama can go off for 15 or more threes as Kentucky gets back within 2.
And Joe Lindsay was kind enough, one of the officials, to come over and explain to us why he blew the whistle in transition, because he said he heard, oh, what play by Oweh. Boy, just that little handoff, the middle opened up.
You know, as you said, sometimes it can hurt more than the injury would suggest. It might go away quickly. Kentucky needs lots and lots and lots more of what they just got from Oweh there.
Yeah.
Williamson takes a bump, left it short with the left. Malachi Marino the rebound. Kentucky running. Aberdeen in the corner. Oweh with a rebound and a putback.
A great play by Otega Oweh.
The drive by Oweh. Again, a lot of dribbling by this Kentucky team. Oweh made something out of a broken play there, but Lowe setting a screen to free up Chandler. The open man is Oweh, and he'll hit a 3 and to get it down to 11.
And Oweh wide open because Allen had to help out on that drive and then close out from a distance.
The size that Williamson is giving them. Aberdeen, lob, Oweh the finish.
And that's Kentucky in transition. That's when the Wildcats are at their best, but transition has been few and far between.
To the bench and getting a huge ovation. Bristow back in. The crowd loving the active minutes by Williamson today. Oweh with another drive. He's got 22.
Robinson dumps it off. Hello, Mitchell. Wow, what a finish that could have been. And Otega Oweh and the Cats have numbers the opposite way. Through traffic and off the window. Guard lineup. Well, or one less big, yes, I say to be specific.
For sure.
Here's Oweh. Got it. Otega Oweh shooting just 32% from deep. World at the other end. Georgia's, Missouri's, and Vanderbilt's. More than one way to skin a cat, and Otega skins that pass, and he takes it all the way to the rack. 5 straight for Otega Oweh, and we're tied at 19. 4 to shoot.
Now two to shoot. Oweh gets it. And heaves. Otega Oweh past midcourt. Kentucky won't have the lead, but they'll have some life.
What a wild finish. Just miscommunication on the backdoor play by Missouri and left just enough time for Oweh to capitalize. Remember, Missouri probably won the game against Florida after that big play at halftime they made of their own.
Let's get to the studio. Here's Kevin Connors and company.
As you can get Quayton's just skied above everyone.
Mitchell tried to masse it in. Stone left short. Aberdeen winning the race again. Oweh found a path. And a finish. Trying to go high-low. Phillips on Moreno. Whoa, what a move by Phillips. Moreno erases it. Thought he was lost. He was there the whole time. Oweh to Garrison. Low, blew by Robinson. Here's Williams back up top, and Garrison finds Oweh in the corner. There it is! 20-point night for Otega Oweh.
He's been kind of the odd man out, and he makes a great pass there. The emotion Tennant White has been playing with, the passion, the excitement.
Corner three for Aberdeen. Moreno with the rebound. Ball did not draw iron. 10 to shoot. Backdoor feed. Oweh with the hammer. And that gets this Rupp Arena crowd on its feet.
This is where Kentucky should put a little bit more ball pressure on Mississippi State. Show the spirit.
Oweh with the interception. Takes it all the way home.
Now this is where the Wildcats have to find some juice.
Deep three. Hubbard off the side of the rim. Tap out Aberdeen. Cross-court pass. Williams. Extra feed Oweh. Knocks in a three. Timeout Mississippi State. In the double-digit thumping of Oklahoma. Under 10 to shoot. Oweh slashes and lays it in.
Beautiful action right there.
Zeps. Oweh with the steal. And the hammer.
The Kentucky Wildcats, as you can see, Otega Oweh taking flight with the windmill jam. Beautiful work.
Smoked beef brisket.
Is that what he said?
That's what he said.
I thought he would have said chibapchichi.
There's a player down for Mississippi State. His extra pass, Chandler. Off the mark. A chore flying in for the rebound. Picked by Oweh. Watch out!
Otega Oweh. Of the game. Able to get a beat on that one, and he takes it in for a tomahawk jam. He's made his last 4 shots.
Thought about a stop and pop. Instead swings it back out to 0-0. He tries a three and hits from downtown. Largest lead of the game for the Cats.
Screen that's set for you, and just set up shop right up under the goal. Don't try to meet the pass outside. Duck in, and a beautiful drive right there. Shifty by Otega Oweh.
Less than 5 minutes to go, an 83-65 lead.
Execution.
Robert Miller, where did he come from?
You're going to have more effort defensively from Kentucky right now. LSU's kind of doing what they want to do. That's a great drive by Oweh, getting to the basket. Strong, grown man's move finish there. First race, and guys got to really, every game matters, especially home games. And if you can go on the road and still a couple games that no one thinks you can win, you've got to try to put those in your back pocket.
Oweh inside the arc. Oweh pulls up and buries it over McKinnon. It's 20 to play.
Oweh, baseline. Oh, what a take by Otega Oweh. Tan short. Marino the rebound, his 7th of the game. Williams in the corner. Oweh, got it! 1-point game here in Baton Rouge.
Big three on his part right there. He and Aberdeen, they've been really stepped their games up. Those two seniors, those guys played a lot of college basketball. They're stepping up in a big way right now for the Cats. The basketball,
Oweh misses. There's Chandler, keeps it alive. Back to Oweh. He'll try it again. Got it!
Second chance opportunity today.
Gillespie could go one-on-one. Just a really good drive to the basket by Evans.
So Tennessee doing just enough right now to keep Kentucky at arm's length. Oweh got it. He needed that. They needed that. And it's down to 3.
Opportunities that they haven't finished.
Oweh comes up with a loose ball and finishes.
Just a mishandling of the ball. Looked like Gillespie was trying to give it up to Brown, and Oweh was able to take it the other way. That's Kentucky when it's at its best in transition.
In recent minutes, a pick 6, something he is awfully good at. And this game is close. Out of play, not using a timeout. Telling Gillespie what he wants him to run. Oh, it's stolen by Chandler. Oweh, and Kentucky has its first lead of the afternoon. Unbelievable.
What a spectacular steal.
Double-digit comebacks in all 3. Less than 10 to shoot. Here's the SEC preseason player of the year. And Oweh is good with his first jumper.
That's a great job right there. Otega Oweh taking advantage of Vocatitis in that drop coverage. Available in the mid-range.
Kentucky just 1 for its last 8 from the floor. Oweh stops a 6-0 Texas run.
And there you see Otega Oweh taking advantage. They come off that screen roll, and he does a tremendous job of snaking it as Vocatitis stays back, and it knocks down the mid-range jumper.
Great play by Oweh. Watch out.
Oweh always with the active hands, relentless running through the pass, and he's taken off. The beautiful dunk. Kentucky up early.
Loose ball corralled by Aberdeen, and the fans loving that effort by their freshman big man. Oweh with the hammer! Upstairs! Hello!
These two players are going at it, but it's Otega Oweh say, I'm going to take it into my own hands and go up top over the big fella. Beautiful display of athleticism by a
freshman of the year in the American Conference last year at Florida Atlantic. Oweh probing, creating space. He is silky with the basketball, and he's now in double figures with 10.
Well, he's reading this defense magnificently. Going to finish in a physical game.
That's a great finish to that possession by Moreno. A block of Vocatitis. Oweh the other way, set back, but they will count it. Those injured players. Tonight, again, without Jaden Quaintance for the 4th consecutive game, and no Jalen Lowe the rest of the year. But they do have the SEC preseason player of the year, and he's looked like it again tonight. The paint tonight.
And that was excellent right there by Vocatitis on that short roll. He used his eyes to fool the defense, looking off, and then drops it off to Weaver for the slam.
Oweh got his own miss, banks it in. 16 for the SEC preseason player of the year.
Somebody left the window open, Wes.
I don't think so.
Come
Not
on,
this
Dia.
day.
Come
Nobody
on,
left the
Dia.
No.
Oh! Ooh, Weaver Oweh at the rim. My goodness. And partner, to your point, why not? It'd be a rim record for your first bucket of the game, knowing that you've been in foul trouble most of the game. And the Wildcat fans go crazy.
Yelovich to the line to shoot. Wildcat faithful to the edge of their seat a little bit here with 5 minutes gone second half. Oweh. Ball away and 1. How about that?
Check this out right here. Driving. I thought he got away with it. And then knocks it down.
Yep. All the way through. Kentucky with Garrison and Marino both on or Marino back in to replace Garrison. There goes Oweh baseline.
Yeah, sometimes.
Oh boy, wide open from the right. Nope, back rim. Oweh, he'll try it. And here.
Those are my favorite, Wes. Offensive rebound, find the three-point shooter, knock it down, just breaks your back. And rebound down the stretch.
Little floater, and Oweh starting to heat up. Three-pointer, now a soft jumper off the left baseline for Oweh. Kentucky living with 40% from the floor here in the second half. Oweh the drive and bucket.
It was like Oweh was listening to us, Wes.
3.
Well, where does toughness show up? First of all, the rebound number is 19 to 12.
Here you go. Shows up that way with a steal and a stuff by your leader, Oweh. Off the window, no good. Washington is there. That's no good. Look at McLaughlin go get it. And finally, here comes Oweh ahead of the field. And back-to-back flushes for Otega Oweh.
Yeah, he was even with the field when he caught it. But bam, what a burst and separation speed.
He blows by Diabate. The finger roll is no good. And Diabate now has it. And the finger roll goes in. That is Otega Oweh. They keep drawing it into the paint, and they keep missing down low. They had one denied. Yelovich. Oweh needed it so badly this game. They worked on that play during their shoot-around. It pays off. They get it to Oweh underneath.
That's a really good call by Mark Pope away from his bench.
And Moreno takes it down. The big men also. It's not just the point guards or the guard play. The big men for Kentucky have been manhandled.
Yeah, they've done nothing in this game.
3 from Oweh. And they'll try to explain it on SportsCenter as to why it didn't happen on his first crack.
They can try all they want.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's been Kentucky's
to start the game, and Oweh has the basketball for the Wildcats.
If you follow the catch, you know that the first half, it's important to have a good start just like that, Oweh to the rim.
2 minutes gone by, 5-3 Wildcats. On the baseline, Yelovich kicks it out to Oweh. The shot clock down to 10. Step back 2 is good. Oweh with 2 baskets early on, and Kentucky is 3 of 4 from the floor. First three-point basket for Arkansas. Chandler almost turns it over. Oweh puts it on the floor, got caught in the air, got it back, and somehow pinball to him after the deflection.
I'll tell you, he is a tough guy.
Acuff 0 for 4, 0 for 2 from 3. Arkansas down 7. 7 minutes in.
Nice
Oweh
cut.
With the
beautiful cut.
And a throwdown plus a foul, a chance at a three-point play. 8 points early on. Oweh is 4 for 4 from the field.
You know, one of the things that has impressed me is Garrison's ability to pass it from the high post. It's a 5-out offense, which means you've got your big guy away from the basket. There's things he doesn't.
Kentucky ball trailing for the first time tonight after leading by as many as 13 in the first half. Oweh on the cut, underneath, scores.
Great cut, great pass by Garrison.
Saw 6 and 2, a game out of first. Acuff driving, fires in the lane and turns it over. Oweh ahead of the pack with the slam in transition, and that ties the game at 59.
Oweh just run through that passing lane, and he is off to the races. And you know what, Dave? How about Trent Nola's toughness today?
Richmond fires down court. Ewan met at the rim. Moreno with the rejection.
Drive it.
Oweh will gets inside his man and lays it home.
That's the formula. Put it on the deck, get to the rim.
Richmond drives, spins, hangs, has it blocked, and into the hands of Noah. Numbers for Kentucky. Aberdeen takes it himself. Oweh cleans it up, and they're going to count the basket. Ewan called for goaltending, and the lead is 6 for Kentucky at 3:59 on the clock here in Fayetteville. 1 timeout left for Kentucky, 2 left for Arkansas. It's been a technical foul fest in the second half. Oweh powers it up and in, plus a foul.
And I want to tell you what's been brilliant. Those big guys are setting screens inside, but they're not. They're just holding their ground, and they're looking for Aberdeen and Oweh to get to the rim. This is by design. It's not.
Nebraska within 6 early in this season. That was probably a sign of things to come. Oweh, baseline jam against his former club. First field goal for Otega Oweh.
Fighting athletes in the SEC. Watch them just catch this thing on the run. One dribble outside the paint, easy. It seems like they just bring their best the very next time on the court.
Oweh plays with it in front of Wagi. And now pull up 3. Got it! Otega Oweh. Something about seeing that crimson on the other side.
Wow, I mean, to have that crossover move right there in the paint, that was like a cone drill.
Now here's Oweh again, and another finish at the rim for Otega Oweh.
Hadn't been able to put 40 minutes together. Typically, they're right in there at halftime, but the close of that first half has really hurt them here on the road.
That's Oweh behind the screen, and he threw the 3 goggles right in the face of Darion Reed. Player of the year.
Yeah, I mean, with that step back 3, he's seeing a huge rim right now. We've got a lot of talented players in this league.
He's got to heave it. And Otega Oweh tracks down the rebound. Cats with a push. Oweh downhill. Nifty move. Timeout Oklahoma. The lead is back to 15. Ten to shoot. Oweh able to gather after stumbling a bit. May have taken a shot to the head. Under 5 to play. The Unpredictables having another great night on the hardwood. Otega Oweh from the corner. Another 20-point game for Tegatron.
Catch and stick. Let's see a little hitch here, and cash money for Otega Oweh.
Moreno, who has been outstanding lately, the big man in the middle. Mark Pope says we want to get the ball in his hands more and more. Oweh got a chance for 3 to start it.
Can't let him turn the corner. I mean, it's as simple as that. This guy turning the corner is a beast in this league, and Bishop Boswell is chasing instead of being on that hip. Estrella rotates over, enough contact to get the call.
It's good rebound on the defensive end. Oweh sees a lane, he lays it up and in. Moreno with one of those roadblock screens helped clear the lane.
Tough to handle with that type size and those kind of paws.
And you see the way Amen's impacted the game, Jimmy. That was his 3rd assist. He doesn't have a point yet.
Wow,
and Oweh pulls his way in, and wouldn't you know it, Bishop Boswell takes another one to the nose-face area.
About 3 hard hits to the nose per game right now in SEC play. This is just best on best. Bishop Boswell is the best on-ball defender, and then Oweh clamps down, chokes off the water, but he fights off the pressure, just elevates over the top.
How quickly Amen got from no points to 8 points. Oweh, 3-pointer is good. And right now, Burdett is calling it a 2.
Didn't go in there off of 1 and do anything off balance.
Oweh. Boy, difficult drive there with Brown.
Ravi, why gamble on Oweh? You're giving the best guy downhill an easy pass. Decision for Nate Amen. He needed someone that's going to hold him accountable every day. You know Coach Barnes is going to do that. But also believe in him and keep his spirit going. Nate Amen's the 13th McDonald's All-American in the history of Tennessee basketball. Believe Tennessee's going to make 8 threes again in the second half. But man, let's be in that airspace and make sure.
Well, that's a good start.
Yeah,
they have that play diagram. Moreno got it in his hands, and Oweh with a backdoor cut.
Getting the other end. Talk about burning pressure off. Oweh right here, and he just turns that corner. He has an Iverson cut, Ravi across the top, and then when he gets to this.
Moreno has got Gillespie on him. Huge height advantage. Backdoor move and a cut from Oweh. Timeout, Tennessee.
Go at Tennessee at some point. Get that ball to the painted area, and Moreno is so skilled at the under 8.
How about the minutes Jasper Johnson is getting on the floor? Bounce pass, Oweh, great cut.
He is so good starting on the left side. Hey, getting hot on the defensive end at the right time.
Oweh, baseline. Oh my goodness! He got it to go, and Kentucky's got its first lead since 8-7. Oweh has 20.
The way they
they've been shooting. That's a rare stop. Good backdoor move, and yes, Oweh. That is what he does best. Absorb the contact, and he's got a chance for three.
So you know what? We're going to get a burn cut right here. We're going to set Otega Oweh up on that left side. And knowing that boogie flange.
And execution. Hauk's got a dozen. Hauk got away with a hold as Oweh splashes one in. Step back, no. And Lockton went over the top of Moreno with a good box out.
Florida, they didn't get that ball side to side one time on that possession. Got stuck in the middle.
Oweh, left hand, pretty play. As good a driver as there is.
Talk about force feeding a cutter.
Oweh on a blow by, and instead of throwing it down, he kissed it in off the window.
Whether that be for a dunk or for the three. Colin Chandler with the shake. Here's Oweh in the corner. And found every bit of the rim before falling. He's only a 33% three-point shooter. So on the other side.
That's a really big shot by Wilkins. Oweh misses the bunny on one end. And he goes right back at the rim. Golly, is he explosive.
It's 5 for Otega Oweh. Possession game.
Georgia wants to play fast, and Kentucky's okay with that too. You see how quickly they got the ball out of the net. They want to push tempo as well.
Oweh straight away. Got it. Guarded by the freshman who took advantage.
Oweh is playing with so much confidence right now.
So there's a chance he comes back, but it's a much different team for Kentucky than what they thought they were going to have at the beginning of the season. They knew they'd have that man and double zeros back at it again.
These roles get defined to where there was no turning back. Everybody knew who the offense was going to go through. Double zero right there. Chandler has gotten into his role in the way that season ended. A lot of people thought, oh man, that kid can't be one of the top picks in the draft. Well, yes, he is, and what a performance he's having at the next level.
Oweh blows right by everybody and reverses it in. He's into double figures already.
And they bring the help over, and he just steps through and makes an athletic play. He has great vision, can anticipate where that help is coming from.
Georgia adds to its lead, largest of the game.
I love that play call from Mike White. Catchings has been struggling, so they draw him up a play to get him an open look.
Oweh answers with the three in transition from 2. Oweh drains it. He's got 18. They don't look like good shots, and then they go in.
The concern is, can you finish that possession? And so you've just got to try to man up and keep bigger guys off the glass.
Oweh off the glass and in. Another 20-point game for Otega Oweh, and that is the third on campus.
Tom, I don't know if he'll win SEC Player of the Year, but here recently he's been playing like it. I mean, goodness gracious, this guy has been on a heater, beating you from 3.
As soon as he gave it up.
And Kentucky got lost defensively. Good penetration, and that's what happens. When you can penetrate, draw an extra defender, and then kick out.
Oweh downhill, off the glass again, and he's fouled again. Surreal.
And the speed that he gets to the basket, I mean, he just goes, seeks the contact out, takes the bump. It's almost like he...
3 minutes. Mike White told his team, Rupp will get quiet when we go on a run, and that is the case right now.
And that's just better offense. Good
season. Chandler with the steal. Here's Otega Oweh ahead of the pack. And the jam and a foul. Colin Chandler had the steal to stir the comeback at Tennessee, and here he is again.
Talked about avoiding the live ball turnovers, and Kentucky with some good baseline out of bounds pressure. And you get in a track meet with Otega Oweh, you can forget about it. The worst thing you can do is send them at the line, getting that.
Against Auburn, highlighted by Josh Hubbard's 46 in the midweek, including 35 in the first half.
Oweh, long 2, yes sir.
He is a tough bucket maker, Otega Oweh. 25 about any night.
Top 20 in scoring this season. Then to shoot for Otega Oweh. Muscles his way in, and he slices it off the glass.
That is his game right there, Otega Oweh. He doesn't go around defender. He goes right through the chest and the chin of defenders.
Here's Oweh behind Moreno's screen. Drives. Nifty with the kiss off the glass.
Well, there's our answer. Forget about that. Otega Oweh, just do what you do, right? And Oweh just sees the space created by that ice action. And man, what a strong, tough body. To a strike.
10 of Auburn's 35 points have come on dunks already tonight. Oweh delivers an answer.
He knows one way to play the game. Get me the ball and get me downhill. And that's what Oweh does, even in that two-man game on the side, with the bounce coming downhill or without it.
Pettiford loses Diabate. And Noah with the board. Here's Otega Oweh. Two-hand jam, and Hall found him.
Why would Keyshawn Hall even get close in that situation? You finesse finisher. And Otega Oweh, you're too valuable if you're Keyshawn Hall. He's out in front of you, let it go, and man, I don't know where the exact foul.
All baseline, short. Moreno to Chandler. What a nifty pass to Otega Oweh. And the Cats are rolling now.
Colin Chandler just knows how to make winning plays. But then Colin Chandler right here, that loose ball, boom, flip of the wrist from the left paw to Otega Oweh. No one better in this league out in front of the defense than 0-0. Or that you have to be concerned with behind Pettiford and Hall.
Oweh down the lane. Nice kiss off the glass.
He went right at Keyshawn Murphy.
Dump off for Aberdeen in transition. Offensive rebound.
3 white jerseys watching, 1 blue jersey rebounding.
16th offensive rebound and another second chance bucket. Oweh's got 19 now.
It's just amazing. The ball knows if you don't rebound me as a defensive rebounder.
He's dressed as a cheerleader before, though.
He has.
Here's Oweh alone for 3. Got it!
There you go. Now that's that unguarded 3 that he has not been great at, but under pressure, like I'm telling you, under 4-minute mark, those Kentucky guards, man, they shoot that thing with their guts as much as anything.
Off of Auburn.
Oweh has a very unique shot. We've talked about he sticks the ball out and then up. And Stephen Pearl knows, oh, man.
Oweh downhill. Got
Great
it off
call.
the glass. 5 straight for Otega Oweh.
Not a good call, a great call to fake Colin Chandler coming up with a ghost action. Basketball one-on-one.
It's Hall now. 5 on the shot clock. Chandler got a piece of it. Oweh out front, and Kentucky back in front.
Guys to come up with the rebound on that, and Auburn just did a better job.
You know, Mark Pope, by the way, there is Otega Oweh with his first basket of the night.
So Kentucky just 4 out of 15 from the floor on this side. Oweh got it.
48 up. Mark Pope and the Wildcats just used a timeout. Look at Oweh. That's easiest basket of the evening for one of the premier scorers in the SEC.
Aberdeen, who is growing before our eyes as one of the best point guards in the league.
Stolen away by Oweh. Buckle up.
Defenders, and then you'll see the Oweh dunk. He can jump passing lanes. Coach Byington told us, they said, look, when Oweh gets the ball in a steal and transition, it's over, it's done. It's like watching down to help the helper and clean up the glass on the other end.
Oweh going to work, 18-footer good. He can score from anywhere. Washington working on Moreno. Great defense by the freshman. And stolen away by Oweh. Otega Oweh again. Timeout Vanderbilt. 3 turnovers in the last 3.5 minutes for the Commodores.
I'm on full display, jumps the passing lane, and forget about it. I love what you said, Tom. If he's
in shoot-around last night, Oweh collects the lob and is able to finish.
Really good set play there by Kentucky. And
can run some point. He did that in the A&M game when Tanner was in foul trouble. Saved across the baseline by Diabate. Oweh with a burst and one.
Explosiveness, just going to cross it over, finish above the rim through contact. Otega Oweh, good luck.
Aberdeen, frustrated early, settled into the role as a point guard coming off of a national championship season. And he's really produced lately. Oweh goes one-on-one with a turnaround.
And it sure does help when you can have a guy that you can just get the ball to and say, everybody clear out. You're just trying to hide it.
This day and age, somebody would have had a cell phone out. You would have been either proven right or wrong. A strong move by Otega Oweh. He's got 16. Moreno tips it to Oweh. Takes out some bowling pins, a.k.a. photogs, and now a hard screen at the top frees Oweh.
Huge screen by Diabate, who sat in there and took it.
Trying to move on to the final 16 here at Rupp. Here's Oweh. Nifty move by Otega Oweh.
I think you got to sit on his left hand. He's going to jab right and then just straight line north-south driver and flies in there. And there's a lot.
A make. The Aggies will also jam that basketball after a miss. It's just non-stop pressure from the home team.
Wow, what a feed from Moreno on the back cut by Oweh.
Just burn that pressure off. It's called a burn cut, and Otega Oweh, as good as anybody in this league, executing it. Basketball, he is a downhill demon, and he just sets that back cut up, taking that defender one step higher, planting that high foot.
Skip pass with 3 seconds to shoot for Aberdeen. Hard screen into the corner for Oweh, and that's good.
They're going to check it.
That one goes for the Cats. Oweh goes back door. Whoa, two-hand jam.
Really nice feed by Garrison. It's hugged up on the weak side. That's just easy money. Good job by Pop Isaacs to
G report, and this would be another down without a 14-point comeback and 2 minutes to play. Oweh rattles it home, and that comes with Florida coming to town on Saturday for Senior Day. Well, coming into this one, he's 4 for 8 from 3. And the team has made 46% of its threes. Oweh has 23.
It's the last half hour with UConn losing to Marquette today.
Couple of empty trips for the Gators has allowed Oweh to go in. He's got a chance for a three-point play on his senior night.
That's where Kentucky can get work done, and where the size doesn't eat you up. Look at Otega Oweh. He gets right into the chest of Thomas Houck and home team.
Absolutely. I don't think there's any doubt as a coach. You utilize anything you can to
Absolutely.
motivate, inspire your players, man.
Yeah, Oweh, friendly roll here at home.
Again, I think you attack Florida at the 1, the 2, and the 3. The 4 and the 5, the size eats you up. It's over the last 6. And he's the guy that can have a 20, 25-point game today.
Chance for a 3 for him.
Yep.
Nailed it.
You just feel it. Talking to him today, he understands this is my last time to wear this jersey in Rupp Arena.
What about Miami of Ohio? 31-0. 31-0.
Yeah, they set the bar.
I don't care who.
Oweh,
Yeah,
straight
this
on
guy's
three.
feeling it.
He's on
This
fire.
guy's feeling it. He's carrying his team. He is carrying his team. He struggled against Texas A&M. He was 1 for 5. You must have heard because he's going to score. Oh,
Oweh. That would be big, and it is. Otega Oweh's got 3 threes and 14 points. 14 points.
that's why the scouts love him, man. They love him.
Oweh. Yep, he's the only guy doing his job today. He's got 17 of the 30.
To me, the tournament's supposed to be for excellence, not for mediocrity. That's not even basically mediocre. Oweh with a jump shot mid-range.
That would be the only explanation I can give you.
They need a
lost
3.
possession.
They need a 3, man. They need a 3.
Oweh elects for a 2 when he gets it up over the rim.
Something else.
Jalen Reed, no TJ Thomas, and also without the services of Robert Miller today due to a violation of team rules. Cats on the board. Otega Oweh on the floor for the first time. He comes in as well as Brandon Garrison. Oweh off the screen, navigating right side of the paint, and a chance for 3.
Great job where he's able to curl and create for himself. The longer it takes for a play to develop, the easier it is.
If they set up a play for Williams, he was directing traffic. Instead, it's Oweh, the mid-range.
It's the simple little screen action where you're so concerned.
Jasper Johnson on the floor.
And the way LSU is
creating the pace that Kentucky should be able to thrive with. And these quick hitters, that's the way you want to play if you're Kentucky. LSU's been winning the battle in terms of scoring within the first 15 seconds of the shot clock.
A momentum play for LSU. Instead, it ends up being two the other way for Kentucky. And now with possession. Away from 15. Wow. And perhaps now a spark. Who takes a deep breath. Jalen Reese launching. Early in the shot clock, Tigers have missed their last 5. Here's Oweh. No problem.
So on one end, Jalen Reese misses the fact. This is what you should see from Kentucky. Urgency on the defensive end, high levels of communication, and then attack. Capitalize on the fact that you are loaded with talent. Play in a way that allows you to live up to the expectations you have, both internally and externally. With 2:50 left, it's bigger than you know. Little momentum in their favor.
Oweh sensing that. Oweh connects. Goaltending to call it, dropped anyways. That'll stop a 9-2 run for LSU. And a fresh 20. We'll buy some time.
That's tough. That is tough if you're LSU. You forced a tough shot, just couldn't get the rebound.
Oweh. That is good. Big time shot for 0-0.
Alive, and then now you just okey-doke pull-up jumper. That to me was a dagger in this game.
Dunks early, especially from Chandler. Rip away, it's 2-on-1 with Johnson. Oweh wants it back, he gets it on a nice pass and a volleyball tip-in.
I think that's a scouting report steal by Otega Oweh. Yeah, I love his instincts, but is when you come as that second defender. Great timing and anticipation by Otega Oweh, and then the Cats are out and running.
Yes, boy, that is a shooter's touch.
What a soft shot.
And a steal on the other end by Aberdeen. Up, no good. Oweh there. Bad mistake by Missouri on the inbounds.
What an individual play by Denzel Aberdeen.
Yelovich, 6 points, 5 rebounds. Spin move for Oweh, and yes, he gets it to go.
That was good on good, because Stoneman is a low explosive athlete with a lot of dog in him. In Missouri's trouble all year long. They are the worst in the league at taking care of that basketball.
8 turnovers, make it 9.
Again.
Another 2-on-1, Oweh. Wide open, and the points in the paint, and the turnovers are killing Missouri right now.
A slower pace this year in SEC play, so you play slow. Man, you've got to take care of those possessions and not turn that ball over to Missouri.
Oweh steps into one. That's a good 3 out of the break.
I'm just telling you, there's something about the belief in that kid. Downhill when it's clean. He gets uphill when there's traffic.
Oweh, corner 3. Bang.
Yeah, what the confident try by Oweh. Missouri comes out of the timeout in the zone, and Otega Oweh says, okay, I'm going to sit on this right corner, flatten that zone out. Late recovery, Otega makes some plays.
Oweh spins into traffic, knocks it down. A couple of big shots from Chandler and Oweh.
You are guarding his will and his strength as much as anything right now.
With a lower body injury. Oweh sees a lane, throws it up and in. He is so strong.
I'm just telling you, you're guarding his strength more than anything, and his toughness and his inner belief right now driving Otega Oweh.
Oweh hard. Up and in. Otega Oweh time.
Yeah, there's no way Oweh. Well, yes, sir, there is. What a simple play by Mark Pope, getting Oweh down that right side. Gets right down that right side, and that left foot, boom, that's exactly where you need to be on those lane drives, Ravi. Not getting outside the lane, owning, not renting the paint. Really well done by Otega Oweh at a key time.
Yeah, and Pope knows that's his guy down the stretch. Well, Mitchell.
Oh, they dared him. They dared him.
Dare him again, and he won't take it. Garrett, he got double teamed by Oweh. And it is Kentucky basketball.
Ravi, what did I just say? Load to the ball. Well, what does that look like? Otega Oweh getting involved right here. Boom, low to the ball, eat it up, hot hands. Really well done. Now, Garrison, I give him credit. He held his ground and allowed Otega Oweh to come in. And yeah, it's off with the leg, right leg of Mark Mitchell.
So he gets it to Hager. It's another thing to watch as this game plays on. Florida's ability to turn a Kentucky basket quickly into points on the other end, and a good block by Oweh. Court. This year it started with a three-headed monster in the front, and boy, the backcourt is catching up. Oweh, pull up, has to get it, and he does. It's 8-4, 3 steals.
If Kentucky is going to hang in this game, their offense on the half court has to be great today, not good. They cannot turn that ball over. There's no transition defense for turnovers. I'm sure that was the message Mark Pope told his guys in that last timeout. Again, Mo Diabate makes Kentucky at their best.
There's some pressure. Here comes Oweh. Watch out for Chinyalu, and there's no chance for him to get there.
There you go, Kentucky. There you go. Jasper Johnson, the young freshman. Valentine to say, I can get out and make a play, and Otega Oweh is one of them as well.
Up, but it was behind the backboard. So Chinyalu picks it up, and it's deflected out of his hands. 3-on-1. Oweh right by Hager. And Oweh grimacing a little bit as he comes back down the other end of the floor. Why he's in the game, and Trenton Noah can't get it. They are 3 for 17 from 3. Noah has it. He's got 2 guys out here, and it's Oweh. Now it is 10, Jimmy.
Florida with 15 turnovers in this game, and what it's doing, it's allowing Kentucky to stay in it. And now Mark Pope's in a position where he's trusted his half court.
Nice one to go get an offensive rebound on.
Oweh, quick catch and shoot, quick release. And corralled underneath by Yelovich.
Well, that Graves at the mismatch there, too.
A beautiful drive to the basket. Tony Padilla is going to count the basket for Oweh. Kentucky Wildcats, 21-13. 10-8 in SEC play. Finished tied for 7th in the conference. That is Oweh. The issue to the basket. Yelovich offensive rebound. Oweh from the corner. Big shot for Kentucky.
We've spoken about the second chance opportunity.
Here comes Oweh, knifing it, boy, right to the basket.
Didn't you get the feeling he was going to do that right at half court? Foul problems that he had in that first half. He can play a little bit more freely now. Oh, there's an easy one.
Oweh coming around a screen, easy deuce for Kentucky. Santa Clara and Kentucky in the 7-10 matchup in the Midwest. Christian Hammond, their #1 scorer, going glass, missed it. Well played by Chandler. Oweh off and running. Little Euro step contact, and he's headed to the line.
One of his teammates, but it ended up in Oweh's hand. It was almost as if it was an outlet pass to him to get him. And also the closure by Kentucky was terrific. Well, I got to wait there. Graves reaching a little bit.
Oweh weaving through traffic.
Same message, try to get something going towards the basket.
Chandler gets it to Oweh, the spin, elevates, lays it in, and we're tied. Elevates, buries it. 2.4, Oweh. He got it. Otega Oweh has just etched his name in the March Madness lore. Miracle shot for Kentucky. Just breathtaking.
You can't make this stuff up, that's for sure. Does he get it off? I'm seeing .2 on that shot clock when the ball left his hands. And let's not forget on this shot, Spiro, watch where it goes in. It doesn't go in clean. It goes in off the backboard. Wow, you can't make it up.
It is the stuff of dreams from Otega Oweh, going glass with their season hanging in the balance. The officials are at the replay monitor to determine if it indeed got out of his hand before the clock hit zeros.
We had a great shot from behind there with him shooting it with the shot clock.
Time, and Diabate off the save by Garrison.
Beautiful work by Garrison just then.
Jim, how big has Garrison been in this game? Oweh taking a little bit of contact.
My guess is that we got a shot at TJ on the sidelines with his players. There's a back also.
Oweh
Great team defense, too, helping one another out, Iowa State.
Oweh shows the handle and buries it from deep.
They had led the Big 12 in that category during the course of the season.
Oweh, that is a high degree of difficulty.
Do with that one.
A sweet dime from Lipsy. Oweh elevates, rattles it down for a monster shot.
And once again, a stagnant offense for Kentucky right now.
Well, if there was ever a time for Oweh to try to take the thing over, it's right here. It goes glass.
Yep.
Run for the Cyclones over the last 4 and change. Aberdeen way too much.
Whoa, look at that, Spiro. Nobody picked it up.
Oh. Those are 2 free points for him. You got to respect to Kelvin Sampson. You're doing something right.
Yeah, exactly. Nice steal.
3-pointer that time as Oweh off the takeaway.